What's up, y'all? Welcome to the On the Come Up podcast, where creative entrepreneurs share their come up journeys that turn their passions into success. I'm your host, Kimberly, so let's get started. What is up, guys? We are back with another episode. Today we are here with Cami Lane.
Hello.
I like your name, it just flows.
Oh, thanks.
Cami Lane is a social media manager. So tell us, what does a day in a life look like as a social media manager?
Oh, gosh. I mean, every day is different. And if you work on social media, I'm sure you know that. But, I would say a typical day in my life at my 9 to 5 is, just like heading into the office, going through all my emails, going through what content I need to make for the day, or either prepping for the event that week. So just kind of mindless tasks in the morning. And then usually after lunch, I get down to like the nitty gritty of like recording content, video editing, approvals, and stuff like that. So that's like typical.
What initially drew you to social media?
Well, it actually kind of chose me, I guess. So I went to Oklahoma State for marketing, and I never saw myself doing social media. Not that I was just like, no, I won't. It was more so just like never at top of mind for me. So I went to school to actually like one day, I don't know, like own my own salon. That was just like a dream of mine. So my parents were like, go to school for marketing. You'll learn like the basic foundations of how to start a business, how to run a business, and you can kind of go from there. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. And then once I graduated, a family member of mine, she used to be the CMO of 7-Eleven, and she connected me with a agency here in Dallas called Recreation Dallas, and I interned for them as their account service / social intern, and that kind of just like introduced me into the world of social media. And everyone there was kind of around my age in their 20s. And so social media was just like, so relevant. And I hadn't dove deep into that and what that really entailed. And working there just brought me into the life of content, creating fun content with friends, the ease of it all. And I kind of just like naturally formed a great relationship with it. And then I went to a new agency after my internship ended and was contract with them, and then kind of just like went straight for it and started creating content for all of their brands. Yeah.
So when you said you wanted to open like a salon, what kind, like a hair salon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I loved beauty and I still do. It's like a huge passion of mine. And I always wanted to be a hairstylist, cosmetologist, esthetician, one of the things. And my parents were just like, well, of course you can do that. You can do whatever you want, but at least try college and see where it gets you. I mean, you never know, and it helps build that foundation. And then I just ended up saying bye to that world. But yeah.
So you social media manage for which company?
So now I'm the social media manager for Hemps.
Okay, and for people who don't know what Hemps is, like what kind of company is that?
So Hemps is a beauty brand headquartered here in Dallas. And what I would say they're most well known for is their lotion. It has 100% pure hemp seed oil in it, so that's what makes us stand out from other brands, and that's in all of our products. So we're most known for our body moisturizer, and we also have like lip products, lip masks, stuff like that. But yeah.
So how did that opportunity like come about?
So I was working at my last agency, and they had hired a recruiter that reached out to me through LinkedIn, just messaged me, and she was just like, hey, I have a beauty company headquartered here in Dallas, would love to interview you to be their social media manager. And the first thing when I saw beauty, I was like, oh my gosh, heck yeah, like put me in, coach, like I'm good. So I don't know. I immediately was like, yes, let's talk. And I talked with her, and she was like, okay, let's get you in for an interview. Immediately went to their office, had an in-person interview, had a second one the next week with their CMO and the president of the company. And then a few weeks later, because that was around Christmas time, a few weeks after the holidays is when they were like, okay, let's bring you on. So I accepted the offer from them, and then I started at the end of January this year.
So it was just something that they just reached out to you? Like, it wasn't, you weren't looking for like another social media job?
I wouldn't say necessarily that I wasn't looking, because if a beauty company ever posted on LinkedIn or anything on social media, I was always, not like applying, but just curious about those opportunities and making connections with like the people hiring. So, but yes, they reached out to me though for this role. I had no idea that they were hiring, and I actually had no idea that Hemp's was located here in Dallas at all. But great.
Yeah, so what makes like managing the hemp socials unique compared to any other brand?
That's tough. I mean, I think what Hemp's allows me to do that's a little different from other brands is they kind of give me a ton of flexibility. And I really appreciate that. So with these other companies that I've worked for, there's just a huge approval process. So usually I make something before I even film it for content. I usually have to get it approved by my boss. Say like my old agency, I would get the idea approved by my boss. Then the idea would get approved by the internal social media manager at that company, and then it would get approved by their VP, and then I could film. And then I would edit, and then it would go down that same process for the actual content approval itself. So with this, I get to edit content. It's immediately usually approved by my boss, and we get to post it within the week or next week. So there's just a lot of trust, and I really like value the relationship that I've been able to build there. It makes me really happy that they can like trust me and just like say, you got it, go. But yeah.
Yeah, what platforms do you find like most impactful right now?
TikTok and Instagram. I feel like that's obvious. TikTok is obviously so impactful. I think nowadays you're constantly looking at it to go to for news. I mean, for everything, like from political stuff all the way down to just like the everyday, what's your favorite beauty routine right now? So I think that's the most impactful at this time. And then Instagram is really going up too. I mean, they just had like their new edits app, which lets you edit content through them and post directly to Instagram. So I can see that really going a long way.
What about like Facebook? I don't know how people can make money off Facebook, and
yeah, people make a lot of money.
It's so fast, but I'm just like, I didn't know Facebook was even doing all that, you know, keeping up with the with the trends.
Meta. Yeah. So keeping up with the trends. That's a stretch. But no, there are a lot of creators that have taken their real content and, you know, push it straight towards Facebook as well, because you can post to both platforms, and have made a ton of monetization off of that. So it's actually crazy. Our influencers have made way more money on Facebook than even TikTok or Instagram. So yeah, it's. I mean, I should start doing that.
Right.
I mean, it's insane.
So how do you stay on top of the trends while staying true to the brand's identity?
So I would say whenever I see a trend, I immediately think of Hemp's and how we can make it coordinate with our values and what makes sense. I mean, if it doesn't make sense, why would we do it? You should never force a trend on your company just because it's trending and just because it's going viral at all these other companies. That it may not work for you. I mean, we're a body moisturizer company, and sometimes, I'm just gonna throw this out there, like a company like Rare Beauty, if they're promoting their brand new blush line, why would we post something about a body moisturizer when that trend is popping off for them? Because it doesn't make sense for us. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah, because not everything's gonna work for every
no,
company,
even though you're in the same industry, doesn't mean you should just copy everybody else. But staying on top of it, I mean, I constantly do my research. I'm always on social media, actually. I mean, I love it. I like finding fun videos, and I mean, I want to make my own viral content too. So just for inspiration.
So do you still do social media like for yourself, like for your personal?
So I wouldn't say like I necessarily do social media for me personally. I would love to get there one day, but right now I'm just very focused on like the people I help. I have so many people reach out to me, and I do a lot of freelance work outside of Hemp's. And I mean, I just find that so much more valuable. I think one day if I feel the need, maybe I can, and I do want to get there, but I don't know, just not right now. But I like doing it. Like sometimes I'll make like cute little videos and I'll post it on my TikTok for my 150 followers. But yeah.
You like it. You like to do it more for other people.
I do, yeah. I mean, I really enjoy it just because like I'm someone who actually loves to strategize for others. Like, and I mean, I've heard I'm kind of good at it. So yeah.
So you mentioned they're flexible when it comes to like posting. So how much like creative freedom do you get do they give you like ideas to pop off, or you just think of these ideas on your own?
I mean, it's really just me, and then there's one of my other coworkers. She's our digital coordinator. I work really close with her, and we kind of bounce off each other a lot for ideas. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just what her and I kind of come up with on the fly. I mean,
so how do you think of content to make?
So like I said earlier, I think a lot of it comes from just like constantly being on social media and just gathering inspiration. So that's kind of why just like in my head, I'll have ideas already. I don't know. So they'll be like, hey, we're wanting to promote like our triple moisturizer. I'll be like, okay. And I'll kind of think of like a trend I've seen and just go record it. So I wouldn't say there's like necessarily this like rhyme or rhythm or step-by-step process. It's kind of just on the fly.
Really?
But
Do you like
it's
have
fun.
like, you don't keep like a note? Because I'm old school. I like to write stuff down. You don't keep like a notebook of ideas, like, okay, I'm going to do this and post this?
Yeah, I mean, I do have like literally just all my notes app on my phone. If I see a social media trend that I either see Hemp's being able to like replicate in some way or another company that I freelance for, I have like subsections all in my notes of like ideas and just random stuff, or like I'll literally say like idea for this campaign and I'll put it in under sections. So I'm very organized in that way.
Oh, okay.
And like if an idea comes to me in my head, I'll immediately write it down in there too. So that's kind of like where sometimes I'll like go to where they're like promote this and this. I'm like, oh, I had an idea similar to that. Let me go back and look. And yeah.
Do you happen to like, because you said you work during Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Do you happen when you get to think about the company ideas like during on the weekend when you're just like hanging out with your friends and you're like, oh, that's a good idea, let me write that down?
No, I'll literally be like at a happy hour with friends and like a commercial comes on and I'm like, oh, we could totally make that like a 12-second TikTok. So I just like kind of like write down ideas like that, or I'll take pictures of stuff in public. I don't even know. It's crazy.
So you're always on the go, basically.
Yeah, unintentionally. Yeah, I just like, I don't know, if as someone who's like a natural creative, and I'm sure everyone watching this understands that your brain's never really shut off when it comes to thinking of new ideas and like things popping in your head. So yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to like break into social media professionally?
I would say my number one piece of advice would be to just connect with everyone and anyone you can. So something for me that's like really helped me just like make new friends in this space and just connect with people through LinkedIn and just like whatnot and new business opportunities is going to like networking events here in Dallas. It's been so helpful. And yes, I do go alone. I wouldn't say honestly it's helpful if you go with somebody. I mean, yes, it could be comforting for you in the moment, but it's not going to drive you towards meeting new people and meeting a new group of girls or, I mean, men, whoever. But
that's my problem. Yeah. Like, I always have to drag my friend to go with me.
No, don't. But like, seriously.
And then like the whole time I was like, we're just talking to each other.
Yeah, it's just you too.
Yeah, and I was like, we're not making any connection. We're just talking to each other.
Of course. And like I always invite people too. Like I always post it on my story, like, hey, I'm going to this event. Like join me if you want. And I've had people I know go, of course, or like I've gone with them. But I have found that when I go alone, I make so many more connections and just like genuine friendships out of it. So it's really nice. Yeah. That's a good. And it makes you more extroverted.
Right. That's a good food for thought. Like to go alone, you don't always have to go with somebody because you're there to meet people essentially.
Literally. Yeah. I mean, you're there to, I don't know, like genuinely make a friendship or a connection with that person. And like, I don't know, I feel like when you're with someone that you know too, you're constantly, I don't know, almost like thinking too much about yourself. Whereas whenever you're alone and not with someone that you know, you can just like freely talk a little bit more. At least that's how I feel. Yeah. But yeah.
So where do you want to like go for the years to come with social media? Is this something like you want to do for a really long time?
So with social media management, I see myself doing this for a while, honestly. I mean, like I've seen social media managers kind of take off through this like all throughout their 20s, early 30s, stuff like that. I mean, everyone's very different. I see myself right now really continuing down this path and just really like I really want to just like hone in and master the craft behind social media and being able to just like riff off ideas out of nowhere without even looking for trending concepts. So that's just like a big goal of mine right now. I'm just like hone in on like what I know I can be good at one day. Yeah. And then, but eventually like my end all be all goal is to like be the CMO of a company. that's years.
Yeah.
Years down the line.
I can see it. You got the vibe.
Thank you. Oh my God. No, I mean, like, it truly is a dream of mine. And like, I mean, with management and all, I don't know. I just like, I really love like teaching people new things and being able to like guide everyone else, which I think also ties into like why I like doing freelance so much, like for other brands and not even myself. So
I love that though.
oh, thank you.
Okay, we're gonna play a little this or that, like social media management edition.
Okay.
Scheduled content or posting in real time.
Posting in real time.
Analytics or aesthetics.
Analytics.
Collabs or giveaways.
Collabs.
And content planning or content creating.
Content creating for sure.
Yeah. It's more fun to create than plan.
Yeah, I mean, oh gosh, like who wants to plan? Like for me, I'm just someone who like, let's create it, let's post it, let's have a good time that day. I don't know. Yeah. That's why like Instagram stories, like I love that. You're just like creating content on the fly. But yeah.
I love that too. Yeah. Well, thank you, Cami, for sharing your journey, and I can't wait to see you grow and flourish into social media management. I love it. Like your profile caught my attention, so I was like, yeah, I need her on the podcast.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate like you bringing me on. Like I know I wouldn't call myself like necessarily nobody, but I know I'm like not the crazy person in Dallas that is just like high up and like the end all be all with everything. But I appreciate you bringing me on.
It's okay, but that explains like the name of the podcast, like On the Come Up, because we're all
for sure
we're all on our way up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let everybody know where they can find you.
So y'all can find me on LinkedIn. You can search Cami Lane. Also, my real name is Cameron. So y'all can search me that way. And then my Instagram is CamiLane_. So you can reach out to me through that.
All right. Thank you guys. We will see you guys in 2 weeks.